Hello guys, gals, and everything in between. My name is Cammy, and I'm here to bring you a banger of a story. As you can tell, I got a mic that wasn't stolen from an easy bake oven, so now I can make all the women trip for my luscious voice. Anyway, let's get this party started. This is going to be a new story that doesn't really connect with the Infinite Library's main storyline. Think of it as a book placed somewhere within those strange walls, never touched. That is what the library is supposed to be at heart, but I digress. The story is going to be extremely dark, but I'm sure you will realize that shortly after listening to the first few pages. Hell, probably after the first page. By that logic, I would like to warn anyone who dislikes graphic horror, rape, or body horror to leave now before their minds are tainted by the pages of this book. Now that all the pussies are gone, we can begin the first arc of our story, the 7 Virtues, Chasity. Oh, one more thing. The book that I'm reading right now is a work in progress, just like any other book would be. So the finished product might be quite different from what it is now, but it's going to have the same pretty much outline. It's going to have the same type of story details that it's talking about, etc., etc. So do please enjoy. Prologue. The last fall. He looked upon the heavens with sorrowful eyes, his face bloodied and withered with scars. The sun was moments from eclipse, marking the end of days. He stood alone, basking on the vast landscape of rolling clouds and destroyed buildings. Thousands of angels lay in a pool of their own blood, their wings ripped from their bodies, torn without remorse. For the first time ever, Saint Michael was alone. Arc 1. The End of Innocence. Chapter 1. Blood Trail. Let me have a turn with her next. Move over. You were first yesterday. We should just buy some more of these whores. Then we could fuck a different girl every day. Their last were drowned within the embrace of an all-consuming night. Men drowning themselves in pleasure, suffocating on the air of lust. Just another night in the world of sin. Just another night in cell. Along the side of a dirt road, 4 men lie within the reach of a crackling fire, their bodies swirling with a mixture of sweat and lust. 3 of the men sat beside the 4th, watching as he fucked a still, crying girl. Before any of the men noticed, a hooded figure stood before the burning fire. "Who the fuck are you?" one of the men called out, grabbing hold of his sword. Even as the cloaked figure approached, he still had his way with her. He still devoured her with lust. The figure's left foot stepped into the roaring flames, unaffected by its burn. The furthest man to the figure's left raised his sword, bringing it down upon the assailant's side. Before the blade could make contact, before blood was shed, the fire died, leaving the night as it always was, as it had always been, cold and dark. A small flame leaves the figure's mouth, igniting the fire once more. It turns to face the paralyzed girl, blood running along her stomach as a decapitated body rests against her waist. The figure steps over the various dead men, crouching beside her. She removes her hood, revealing to the girl her most damning secret: her appearance. The girl's eyes widen, trying to flee from her paralyzed body before being touched. The cloaked woman grabs hold of the bleeding corpse with her right hand, flinging it outside the light's touch. She places a hand against the girl's cheek, being accompanied by a few frail grunts. She leans in, speaking in a whisper. "Shh, shh, it's going to be alright. I'm here. I'm here." She lifts the girl up with her arm, looking across her defiled body with nothing but sympathy. "Can you feel anything? Give me 2 grunts if you can. 1 if you can't." "Oh." "Were you injected with something?" "Oh, oh." "Was it green?" "Oh, oh." I'm sorry, but I can't do anything." The poison originates from a demon within the 6th level. It paralyzes its victims before filling their stomachs with a dozen or so fertilized eggs. As the children incubate off of the host's body heat, the poison seeps into them, turning off each of their vital organs. After day 14, the poison enters the user's bloodstream, stopping their heart and ultimately killing them. The girl cries, her body shivering in fear. She tried every fiber of her being to move, to even feel the water streaming along her cheeks, but all of it was vain. She sits the girl in her lap, breaking off the end of a sword with her right hand. "Don't cry, love, don't cry. Just close your eyes, okay?" She listened to the mysterious woman, hoping that there was something, anything, to save her from this nightmare. "Try to rest. If you can do that for me, then I'll search the area for some ingredients to make an anti-serum. It's rare, but I will not stop until I find it. All I need for you to do is sleep." After a few minutes, the girl calms down, breathing slow and steady. The mysterious woman set the broken piece of sword beside her body, gently running her hand along the girl's brown locks. She began humming a peaceful song, soothing the girl to sleep. As the song made its end, she stared down upon her frail body, letting the fire gently crackle in the background. She quietly picked up the piece of cold metal, placing it against the girl's chest. In a single moment, she stabbed the blade into the girl's heart, feeling the life drain from her body before pulling it free. "Sleep well, love. Only wish I could join you." She sets the girl down, laying her head softly against the dirt floor. Another child consumed by lust. "I'm getting closer." She stood quiet for a moment, before speaking once more. "Take them in, hellhounds. I feel no pity for their souls." Dozens of red eyes ignite the once peaceful forest, closing around the girl into one big circle. Slowly, the circle begins to shrink. The cloaked woman whispers, "Typical demons. Their greed is boundless." She clutches the left side of her cloak, pulling it off in one swipe. She sets the cloth down along the girl's naked body, tucking her in. "If I am to never promise anything for the rest of my life, then so be it. I will not let a single one of you touch this girl." She stands before the horde of demons, her legs dressed in baggy, tattered pants, her chest wrapped from her belly button to her armpits, with stained bandages. Her right arm covered in thick scales, as her left was torn away. Everything below her elbow was gone, replaced with a thick layer of bandages to whatever remained. If any person was alive to see her standing there, they would be thinking this. This woman would be dead by morning. And that is the end of chapter 1, my dudes and dudettes. Thank you for listening. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll be doing it, like, I guess, weekly, I guess. I have 58 pages done at the moment of me recording this, so I have a lot of material, but, you know, I don't want to rush it, or I don't really have too much of the capability to rush it because I'm going to college right now, so it'll be a lot easier for me to do it weekly. But who knows? Stay updated, you know. Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell notification, bookmark the page, make another account, bookmark it on that account's page, you know, the usual. Well, I'll leave you all to it. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. Oh, and I forgot to add that I have a Twitter account that I never use that you can follow me on, the two people who are listening to this. Thank you for listening, by the way. It is at the Infinite Library 2. Well, technically it's not. It's the Infinite Lib 2, because apparently it was taken for some reason. Going to murder them. Anyway, thank you for listening. Here are the outtakes. Bye-bye. As you can tell, I got a new mic that wasn't stolen from an easy bake oven, so now I can make... Now that all the pussies are gone, we can begin the Oh, and one more thing I forgot to add. This is a work in progress, just like any book is. So, by the time that I finish it, the final product might be quite different from what I'm reading to you now. Meaning, take that with what you think. The sun was moments from eclipse, marking the end of days. He stood alone, basking on the vast landscape of rolling clouds and destroyed buildings. Thousands of angels stood in the... He looked upon the heavens with sorrowful eyes, his face bloodied and withered with scars. The sun was moments from eclipse, marking the end of days. He stood alone, basking on the ladder. He stood alone. He looked upon the heavens with... He looked upon heaven with sorrowful eyes, his face bloodied and withered. Fuck me! He looked upon the heavens with sorrowful eyes, his face bloodied and with... Fucking A. Even as the cloaked figure... She lifts the girl up with her one arm. If you can do that for me, then I'll search the area for some ingredients to make an anti-serum in the morning. It's rare, but I will... Where the fuck was I? Let's see. If you can do that for me, then I'll search the area for some oh my god. If you can do that for me, then I'll search the area for some ingredients and... fucking gonna kill myself.